don't even live here. I'm just staying with my ex because we've got a couple of graduations.
Why would you park here?
I'm
You've been here for over 3 hours?
No.
So bang, the bicycle laws, yay! So maybe a car.
In this video, we dive into jaw-dropping moments where rude behavior faced extreme and unexpected consequences. Watch as entitlement meets its match and see real-life reactions that serve as a powerful reminder of the impact of manners and respect. In this first case, the quiet suburban neighborhood where peaceful afternoons are Karen requested a cherished norm. An unexpected encounter unfolded, revealing the complexities of parenting and community interactions. It all began on 19th May 2023 in the neighborhood of Florida. The streets were filled with the soft hum of everyday life, children playing, adults chatting, and the occasional car passing by. Amidst this tranquility, the piercing sound of a child's scream cut through the calm. It was a sound so intense and unrelenting that it quickly drew the attention of residents nearby. One such resident, a 67-year-old grandmother, found herself particularly affected by the sound. And although she was not a permanent member of the community, having come to stay temporarily with her ex for graduation events, the incessant screaming resonated with her deeply. And her reaction was not merely a personal discomfort, but stemmed from a broader concern about the potential implications of such loud and frequent outbursts.
Hi. I know you're probably the mom of the little girl back there that's me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a grandma. I'm 67. I don't even live here. I'm just staying with my ex because we've got a couple of graduations. But maybe you could tell her that when she screams, because that's blood curdling, that sounds to me like someone's in danger. And if she screams like that, just because she's having a temper tantrum.
The grandmother's concerns led her to approach the child's parent, hoping to offer advice on managing the situation. And her intent was to share her perspective, grounded in her experiences and her understanding of how such issues could be perceived by others. Her suggestion was straightforward: manage the child's behavior more effectively to prevent the disruptive screaming, which could potentially lead to misunderstandings or worse. In her view, the solution seemed simple. If the child continued to scream, perhaps isolating her in a room would alleviate the disturbance. This suggestion, while practical in theory, touched on deeper issues of parenting and personal boundaries.
If anything ever happened to her, no one would lift a finger because they think that she's just having a tantrum. So you should tell her about that story called The Boy That Cried Wolf. You need to, because she should not be able to get away with that.
I appreciate your concern.
The parent, aware of the situation's complexity, responded by acknowledging the grandmother's concern, but also asserting their own stance. They pointed out the age of their child, emphasizing that at 3 years old, such behavior was not unusual. They also made it clear that while they appreciated the grandmother's input, it was not her place to dictate how they should handle their child's behavior.
She's 3. And she's
I
my
know
daughter.
she's 3. Believe me, I've had 3 years old.
I have
my
4
grandchildren
kids.
too.
I have 4 kids. So like I said, I appreciate your concern, but it's none of your business.
I know it's none of my business, but she's disturbing the entire neighborhood. I mean, you've got to think about this. If she's going to scream like that, put her in her room and close the door.
It's 5 o'clock. Mind your own business, but thank you.
Sorry, but she's causing not just a disturbance, she's scaring.
I'm sorry to hear that you're easily. Have a great day, though.
I used to act like a mom.
As the conversation progressed, it became evident that the encounter was not just about managing noise, it was also a clash of perspectives on parenting and social responsibility. The grandmother's critique of the parents' approach highlighted a broader debate on how to balance community expectations with individual parenting choices. Under Florida statutes 877.03, it is a crime to cause a disturbance, annoyance, or inconvenience to another person. Those caught doing this can be fined or even banned from certain activities. This is an act that causes a disturbance, annoyance, or disturbance to the public. It is a violation of this law to go to a neighbor's home and make unreasonable demands that cause the neighbor to feel disturbed. This is an act that causes a disturbance, annoyance, or disturbance to the public. Depending on the severity, this can be punishable by a fine or a short jail sentence. In this second scenario, we will see Karen throwing poop at her neighbor's car. Our narrative begins on May 24th, 2023, a calm and uneventful day in California. However, beneath this serene surface, an undercurrent of tension was about to burst forth, centered around a single vehicle parked in front of a house where it wasn't welcome. The tranquility of the neighborhood was shattered when a woman, visibly agitated, took to recording what was unfolding before her. In the frame of the camera, the main focus was an act so unusual it bordered on the absurd. A woman, later known as Karen, was seen throwing what appeared to be dog feces onto a parked car. This act was not just a random outburst, but a culmination of an ongoing conflict between the two parties involved.
Hey, I just recorded you still pouring boiling water over my paint job. Hot water that's still steaming. Yeah, okay.
The situation was exacerbated by the parking violation that sparked this latest confrontation. The parked car was located directly in front of Karen's house, a place marked by a sign indicating that parking was prohibited. This sign, which had been clearly displayed, was intended to prevent exactly the kind of parking that occurred. Despite the apparent clarity of the instruction, the car had remained parked there for an extended period, causing Karen significant irritation.
In front of my house, and there's a sign here saying, please don't.
Darling,
And the street is empty. Why would you park here?
the street is not empty.
Why would you park here? Why would you park here?
I'm
You've been here for over 3 hours
No.
because I've taken a photo of what time you got here and what time I've done this. Okay, I'm already going to court because there's probably a friend of yours that was parked here last time.
I'm sorry. I'm
So how did you happen to be there with your
sorry.
camera?
So I was walking down the street.
The confrontation, now escalating, was characterized by heated exchanges and mutual accusations. Karen, feeling wronged and justified in her actions, seemed to act out of a sense of retribution. On the other hand, the woman filming was resolute in her stance, prepared to take legal action if necessary. This preparation involved escalating the issue to the courts, where she intended to present her case based on the evidence she had collected.
I just walked down the
Right when I was doing that.
Okay, I'm going to call the police.
Okay, go right ahead.
Because that's actually not okay.
Amidst this heat exchange, Karen threatened to involve the police, a move that only served to further complicate the situation. The idea of police intervention suggested that the conflict had moved beyond a simple neighborhood dispute to something with potential legal ramifications. Under California Penal Code Section 415, disorderly conduct, including causing a disturbance or obstruction to another person, can be considered trespassing and disorderly conduct. This includes yelling, arguing, or engaging in other noisy and disorderly conduct. Karen was yelling and cursing at the person filming the video, which put her in violation of this law. If convicted, the maximum penalty is a $1,000 fine and/or jail time of up to 90 days. In this final case, the protagonist of this episode is a woman colloquially referred to as Crazy Karen, who has become a figure of local contention due to her fervent, sometimes aggressive enforcement of bicycle laws. This scene is set on April 19, 2023 in Texas, where the sidewalks buzz with pedestrians and bicyclists navigating their daily routines. Karen, an individual known for her outspoken nature and unwavering commitment to enforcing rules, is seen patrolling the streets with an intense focus. Her mission today centers around the regulation of bicyclists using the sidewalks, a subject she feels passionately about. According to her, these rules are not just guidelines but essential laws that protect the safety and orderliness of urban life. The confrontation quickly escalates as Karen's anger and the cyclist's defensiveness clash. The cyclist, unperturbed by Karen's aggressive stance, continues to navigate the sidewalk while attempting to reason with her. This interaction draws the attention of bystanders who observe the scene with a mixture of curiosity and concern. Some individuals sympathize with Karen's desire for law enforcement, while others question the intensity of her approach.
Obey the bicycle laws. Obey the bicycle laws.
Yeah!
Obey the bicycle laws. Obey the bicycle laws. This guy is obeying the bicycle laws. Yay! So maybe a car will hit him. Yay! Yay! Maybe a car will... Wait. Let's
Don't-
turn it around.
don't touch
what?
my phone.
Don't touch your phone.
Don't touch
Don't
me.
touch your phone or what?
Or I'll
Or what?
flick that cup
Or
out of your
what?
hand.
Or what?
Yeah.
Complicating the situation further, Karen's actions attract the attention of local law enforcement. In the midst of her fervent discourse, she inadvertently draws the ire of the police. They arrive at the scene, aiming to de-escalate the situation and assess the validity of Karen's claims. As the officers engage with both Karen and the bicyclist, it becomes evident that the situation is fraught with misunderstandings and heightened notions.
All right.
Yeah?
All right.
I just...
You see that?
You want to see what? This man was
Wait a minute, hang on.
and he was taking my picture.
Threw water at him or whatever that
Yes,
is?
I threw
You
water.
guys, that's a battery?
No, it isn't a battery.
You're telling the police what it is?
Didn't you tell me? that you go by cops all the time.
Okay, yes. And sometimes when we see them, we tell them it's against the law.
No,
but it's not
you
this,
don't.
ma'am.
What are you? You're
And the way
saying
people
it's
drive
not-
drive cars on the street, I don't blame them for being on a sidewalk.
you're
It's
saying
dangerous to ride in the street.
The officer's explanation does little placate Karen. Her fixation on the notion that the bicyclist's actions are both illegal and dangerous drives her to maintain her stance. Her frustration reaches its zenith when she accuses someone else of committing battery, a charge that, according to the officers, does not hold up under scrutiny. This situation devolves into a series of accusations and rebuttals, underscoring the deep divide between Karen's fervent beliefs and the reality of the law.
Telling him he can ride on
No,
the
I'm telling him that
sidewalk
he
and
is
disobey
wrong,
the law and
but
split
for you
the
to go
laws
and throw
in
something
public.
at him?
Guy comes up to me. If a guy is with her purse, I will try to stop it. And I
Yes, and
consider
that's
it
why I
the same
stepped
way.
in, because I saw you commit a battery on him. That's why I stepped in.
I tried to stop him from disobeying the law.
It's not your job.
He goes up to
I
people.
think we're wasting time here
She
because
goes up
it's
to
not
people
computing them.
No.
She goes up to people and she stops them from she says to them about riding on the sidewalk.
As the conflict unfolds, it becomes increasingly apparent that Karen's approach is driven more by personal conviction than by a rational assessment of the situation. Her actions and assertions are met with skepticism from the bystanders and law enforcement alike. And the officers in particular emphasize that Karen's attempts at enforcement are not only excessive but also counterproductive. According to Texas Penal Code Section 42.01, public nuisance includes a variety of acts, such as yelling, making loud noises, threatening violence, or causing a disturbance in a public place. Karen's actions of blocking and yelling at the cyclist put her in violation of this law. Acts such as yelling in a non-threatening situation can result in a fine of up to $500. All right, fellas, what do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more interesting and educational contents in the future. Thanks for your support.